Good afternoon, Sooner Nation. Welcome back to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. And this seems to be the same story night in, night out, day out for the University of Oklahoma men's basketball program. Loss after loss after loss, frustrating loss after frustrating loss after frustrating loss. Things you can't even explain. And today's no exception. A team that was gettable, a team that the crowd wasn't great, a team that you had on the ropes. They can't finish it. And I'm gonna be pretty emotional on here because you know me, that's what I am. And there's some things that really stood out tonight. OU loses 87-84 in a game that they must have had. They had to have this game. Dayton Forsyth nearly saved the day for Oklahoma. Duke Miles was phenomenal down the stretch. And by the way, I'm not going to blame this on officials. I'll get to what I'm blaming on here. It's Porter Moser. But Duke Miles and Dayton Forsyth got absolutely called on the last possession. Both guys got bumped by the guys guarding them with their hip. They should have been going the free throw line to go up one. Now, would that have mattered? Probably not, because OU can't get a stop. Because Porter Moser lacks the ability to put people in the right position. It's utterly ridiculous. I think we got Jay on here. Let me add him. This is just it is beyond my mind, Sooner Nation. It's beyond my mind that you're up 2 points. Listen to this. You cannot allow a three. You can allow a two, and you'll get the last shot with a chance to win it. You allow a two, you win the game at the buzzer, you go to overtime. That's the worst case scenario, okay? That's the setup right there. Instead, you leave Sam Godwin on the floor. When you can't allow a three-pointer, what does Chris Beard do? It's not difficult. Let's get a switch to where Sam Godwin is guarding Padula. Oh, by the way, they got the switch, and he just took a jumper in his face and took the lead. That's coaching malpractice with that play call, Jay. I'm going to say it like it is.
That's fine, Jeremy. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. But this team continues to lose games because they don't have big men. No,
that's part of it.
That's most of it.
No, Jason, they're losing the games because Porter Moser, bud. Open your eyes. Whether or not they had, by the way, Jalen Moore sat out most of the second half, wasn't healthy. I get that. Wasn't healthy. But it doesn't matter whether you have a big, you know what? If they wouldn't have played their big, they would have won the game, Jay. They went small. No, wait, Jay. They went small in the end of the first half, and they played better. They never went small in the second half. No. And then at the end, when you're up two and you should be going small because you don't need to allow a three, they play the big man who can't defend an out. It's unbelievable, man.
Well,
don't talk about bigs defending the basket.
I thought OU played pretty good today, just like they did against Kentucky.
They played bad with turnovers.
Forsyth was unreal. Forsyth was just destroying him. Love to see it because he's going to be at OU hopefully for 3 or 4 years.
Should have had 2 free throws at the game.
Jerm, you can sit here. Listen, let's go back down to it. You're up 2 points.
It's not bad luck.
They have the ball. To me, Godwin can't be in the game. You got to play Glenn Taylor or somebody. I don't know.
Absolutely.
They have no big men to protect the rim. So why? I mean,
they need to.
It was a horrible look, though, by the referees, though, down the stretch.
They hammered Miles and Forsyth. The defender hit him with his hip out of bounds. That's 2 free throws. That is 2 free throws.
That's why he shot the ball up. That's why he shot the ball up. He thought he was getting a whistle.
Hey, it doesn't matter. They wouldn't have got to stop anyway because I agree with Porter Moser's stand about the refs. I absolutely agree. But to say it's luck, it's not. Sam Godwin should not have been on Padula. Chris Beard watched who was in the game and called for it. Said, get the switch. They can't switch that. That was terrible.
There was also another, I didn't like this part at the end, the coaching. It was on the inbound play. They put nobody on the inbounder. Godwin left and went into double somebody. You got to have Padula. If you want to play Godwin there, put Godwin on Padula on the inbound or something. I don't know.
a good contest. It's Padua. That's what he wanted. That's a horrible take. That's a horrible take.
Porter Moser, Stan, what I would say about it is anytime a guard gets a big guy on him, he pretty much knew what he was going to do. He was going to take a couple steps to the end, and he was going to step back and shoot the three. He got exactly what he wanted. And that's the problem is the same thing happened against Otega Owe, though. Against it's a little opposite. They got up on him and he went right by him. So you're in the catch-22 with Godwin out there on him, one-on-one.
Jay,
you just are.
Jay,
who's the best player? Who's the best player on Ole Miss?
Padua.
Okay, who was the best player at the time on Kentucky?
Owe.
Did they both get shots?
Dude,
wait.
Yeah, they both got shots, Jay. The shots they wanted.
Who's OU's best player?
Best player?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you're going to say Fears.
Okay, Fears couldn't touch the ball in the last play. See the difference? They get what they wanted. Oh, you didn't get what they wanted.
But you're wrong. They wanted Duke Miles was driving the ball, Jay. He'd been taking it to the rack all game.
They did
That's
get a
what
great.
They wanted. You're so wrong. Fears wouldn't even attack, Jay. He had a chance 2 or 3 times before that.
I think they got what they wanted with Miles because Miles
had a mismatch. Stop saying they didn't get the ball in the hands they wanted.
I wish Miles would have just taken it all the way in and tried to draw the foul.
He got fouled.
It's an unfortunate loss. So many of these under Porter Moser. I don't know. He's got bad luck. It's I don't know what it is. It's frustrating because they played the last 4 games. They played really good. 3 or 4 games. It's frustrating, man.
Hey, it's coaching, period. And by the way, they did have the ball to Forsythe after Miles drove and he got pushed out of bounds. It was a foul. But Porter Moser, Stan, what do you mean? How's this on Porter? Listen, Porter Moser, Stan, you said this. You're at the Kentucky game. The one thing you couldn't have Owe do is drive the ball. You could have forced Owe to shoot the ball. You'd have been okay. The one thing that you cannot have Padula do is shoot a 3. If he would have went around and made a layup, it wouldn't have mattered. You're tied up with the last shot to win the game. Overtime at its worst. In the timeout, Porter Moser should have said, whoever's on Padua, you let him drive around you. You let him drive around you. You cannot give a 3. Like, this is common sense. It's common sense of basketball.
I'm not blaming the whole thing on Porter Moser. I'm blaming the whole thing on they don't.
Possession was on Porter Moser. He should have been in the game.
Jeremy, they win Kentucky. They win LSU. They win Ole Miss. They win Texas. And they win A&M if they have a big guy. They can protect the rim.
And if they have coaching, Jason.
Stop. It's
okay. I'm not. You can do this alone because you keep saying you're going to stop defending Porter Moser, and
I'm
here
not
you are
defending
doing
him.
it.
I'm not defending him. I'm just saying he's not the sole reason, Germ. That's all.
Jason, close games and blown losses with how bad when you have chance to go to the tournament, like you've got to be common sense here. And by the way, Moore, to me, I thought Moore could have gone more. I don't know what it looked like, side of the leg injury. But yeah,
I think there are some situational stuff that Porter Moser didn't do well in. I think there's also bad luck, Germ. There's bad luck too. There is.
You create your own luck. Jason,
if he misses that shot on Godwin,
well, if there's no reason he should have been having the ball shot.
Here's the problem. Okie. This team has no leader. I don't know who the leader is. Do you?
Well, it's not Jeremiah Fears. And by the way, I understand the flagrant, but go back and watch it. No. I understand the upset with the flagrant. I understand people being upset with the flagrant, but go back and watch. When Ole Miss guy caught the ball, Jeremiah Fears actually started jogging once he caught it. He should have been busting his butt and fouling him.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one at the end.
That was lazy.
Well, he missed him on fouling him when he first caught it. In fact, the guy bobbled the ball, and he should have fouled him right then, but he didn't. And I mean, that's fine. You can say that. I'm not going to argue with that. But they're down 1. They have a chance to win the game. And Forsythe got fouled.
But that possession, Jay, they got everything they wanted. They got Duke Miles driving. He got hip checked. He has to kick it out of Forsythe. He fakes the 3. He drives in. He gets hip checked out of bounds, Jay. That's got to be called. They go up 1.
That's not coaching, though, if you get what you want, though, right? I mean, he got what he wanted.
I'm not blaming that possession, Jay.
Okay.
I'm not blaming that possession. The possession that lost Oklahoma the basketball game today, 100%, was having Sam Godwin on the floor to where they would get a switch to where Sam Godwin would guard the best player on Ole Miss, a guy who had made tough shot after tough shot after tough shot after tough shot after tough shot. You cannot allow a three, and he allows a three. Like, that is elementary. Jay, if I was in the timeout before that, I would have said, listen, guys, let him have a layup. Let him go around you. Don't foul, but do not give up a three-pointer. Don't even let them attempt a three-pointer, especially if the guy's name is Padula. That's just so bad at basketball.
Yeah.
And Dayton Forsythe should play a lot of minutes every game.
Yeah, Dayton Forsythe had a heck of a game. The guy was on fire. Now, I will say first half, he did get beat quite a bit defensively, but he was great offensively. Second half, he was better defensively, but it's frustrating. Okie says, I'm blaming the bad possession of Godwin on Padula.
Please. It's on Porter Moser.
Well,
phone lines are open. Call in and give me your take.
But how many times?
I'm not changing my opinion on this. Glenn Taylor would have been a better choice in the game right there. And that's fine. If you're going to go with Sam Godwin, fine. There is no reason it should be a switch to where he's on Padula.
Yeah, you can't switch it then. I mean,
I want to hear what Porter says after the game, because I hope what he says is, well, we'll see what he says. But did he tell him not to allow a three? Because, Jay, I knew the game was over when Padua had the ball against Godwin. In fact, ask my sons. I said, he's going to make a three. He's just going to step up and shoot a three on Godwin. In fact, I was yelling, run out there and make him go around you. Make him go around you. And they didn't. Oh, man. To fight back like this, like I don't know how my eyes can keep watching this pathetic, frustrated losses. Like,
it's frustrating. We got a caller here. We got Okie on the line. Okie Long, what's going on?
How you doing, guys?
Oh man, just another. It's like, have you seen Groundhog Day?
It's terrible.
This is just like it. It seems like they lose these close games. All they got to do is win one or two of these.
It's because we don't have bigs. It has nothing to do with anything else.
You're saying, hey, Okie, what are your thoughts?
No, I was saying that I blamed a bad possession on Godwin being on Padula. What did we say against Kentucky? You do not let Owe drive to the bucket, or you deny Owe the ball. You let somebody else try to beat you. And what did I say before they broke out of that timeout? I said, do not let Padula catch the ball. Do not let him shoot the ball. Do not him even touch the ball. You deny.
But
And what happened? He got the ball. He pumps down low, like he takes a couple steps in, fakes, comes back out, and pops a three. What is going on?
But hey, Okie Long got. Oh, but wait. Listen, guys.
So I agree with what you're saying. Like, you should have denied him the ball.
But they should have, whoever they were having, Okie Long guy, whoever was on the floor, they should have been able to switch everything. Because Padua started with Duke Miles on him, and they kept rotating to the right until he got a switch with Godwin. If Godwin's on the floor, you can't switch everything. It was common elementary basketball. Chris Beard said, if Godwin's out there, get a switch until you get him on you. That's what he said, I promise you.
How does it even happen, though? How is he getting on him? How are they getting a switch where Godwin's on him?
Screens. They're setting screens to where Godwin's going to have to come out on Padua.
So to avoid that, you don't even let Godwin on the court then.
Correct. You put Glenn Taylor, a guy who can switch quicker and can defend. Like, they were going to get when you're not switching or let's say you are switching everything, which obviously they were because Godwin ended up on Padula. When you're switching everything, you keep moving the ball until you get the switch you want.
Why don't you deny him the ball anyway? Somebody face guard him. Do whatever you have to do to keep him from getting the ball.
I agree.
Yeah, it was frustrating. And the one thing you can't have happen is a three-pointer.
A three-pointer?
You're going to overtime.
Yeah. Make him drive the ball.
That's the frustrating part. Here's the thing, though, Okie. If any team on OU drives the ball, they're going to score. There's nobody down there to protect the rim.
Okay, then go to overtime, Jay.
Okay, but I'm just saying, what's a shame is Porter Moser, if he doesn't come back, he's got his best big guy he's ever recruited coming in. He does.
Oh, and Kai Rogers.
Kai Rogers, yeah. But
I thought Jeremiah Fears was okay.
But why
today.
was Duke Miles driving to the ball? Why was Duke Miles the one who was going to be driving the ball to the hoop, and then he all of a sudden he didn't have a shot, and then he kicks out to Forsyth?
Well,
Why don't they set up a play where they're picking and rolling to Forsyth and let him shoot the ball? He had a hot hand.
He got hip checked, Miles, but Miles had scored about 3 straight drives to the basket with crazy shots.
True.
No, but who was the hot hand?
Forsyth was hot.
So was
exactly.
Miles,
yeah, I would have loved to see
Forsyth got the shot. Forsyth got hip checks out of bounds.
Yeah, that was that should have been a call. I agree with you there.
And the officiating has been terrible.
It's been terrible. And
I listened to the radio broadcast, and Toby said multiple times, "I have to bite my tongue. I am gonna bite my tongue."
Yeah,
it was horrible officiating.
And the thing is, OU did pretty good offensively to score many points they did against Ole Miss because they're a good.
They're scoring in the 80s every game.
Yeah. Was that a flagrant one? Was that a flagrant one?
No.
It's because, I'm telling you why he got it. Because he loafed down there and then grabbed the jersey. He should have hustled.
That's the weakest call I've ever seen as a flagrant.
He should have hustled down there, though. Yeah. There's 6 seconds. You can't loaf.
Yeah. Oh, Okie. Another frustrating post game, man.
Well, the thing is, we let a guy who last week let a former OU guy who played in our team in Otega Owe drive and kick it, drive down and make the circus shot, which he made. Then this week, a kid out of Edmond, Oklahoma, comes down.
That's right.
He gets Godwin on us and pops a 3-pointer. Back to back, one is a former player, and then one is a kid from the Long State.
And don't forget, Padula is a guy that OU thought they might get this offseason. And same with Garrison at Kentucky. All those guys were guys that OU had a chance on, but it's frustrating, man. Hey, Okie.
So we can't recruit. We can't recruit good guys then, obviously, right?
Not in state, I guess.
Okay, well, it's time to get rid of Porter Moser then.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
Hey, thanks for the call, Okie. We gotta get
Lee.
Have a good one, man.
You
Appreciate
too.
you calling in.
We got Porter Moser. We got Porter Moser Stan.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? Another one.
So Jerm, you'd rather have 6'6" Glenn Taylor on Malik Dia and go to overtime?
I would take.
That's what you'd
I'm
rather
not
have.
losing the game in regulation. And by the way, how do you know it goes into overtime? OU would have the ball with about 10 seconds left.
Well,
not necessarily.
Porter Moser Stan.
Hey,
what were you saying when you were watching? Oh, wait, Jay. I want to ask what he was saying when he was watching on TV. Because you know what I was saying? You cannot allow a 3. Is that what you
Sean
were saying?
Padula hit a contested 3 against Sam Godwin. How was that Porter Moser's fault? It was a contested 3.
It was contested, but I also think Padula knew he was going to get that. It wasn't a contest to make him really jump back.
So
he knew he was getting it.
So
that's what
else? What else do you do at that point? What is his fault? Yeah, throw Glenn Taylor in there, and your tallest guy's 6'6" or 6'5", and you have a 5-inch.
Porter Moser Stan, the small lineup worked at the end of the first half. They got back in the game with it.
So we're going to blame. So we're going to blame the entire loss on Sam, who's not a bad perimeter defender, guarding Sean Padula hitting a tough shot. He's not a bad perimeter defender. He's not.
He doesn't guard anyone on the perimeter.
Hey, I agree with you a little bit on some things, Porter Moser Stan. Here's what, when you brought up the bringing Taylor in or whatever, here's the thing that I would take my chance with Dia is you could even hack him. Like, if he catches it, so just hack him. They were struggling at the line. Like, there was one guy did not want having.
You don't hack him. You make him drive and make a finish.
Like, let's just say this. Let's just
a big reason Glenn has been lost defensively the last 3 games.
Lost. Not very good defense.
Then play Cole. Where's Cole been? Moore was hurt almost the whole game, and Cole still can't get in the ball game.
I don't disagree. But
here's pathetic, man.
But Glenn had been lost the last 3 games defensively. That's a wide open.
Put McGee in over Godwin.
McGee was terrible today.
But he did have a steal that got a layup. I mean,
hey, say what you want about Porter Moser. The biggest complaint you can have about Porter Moser is he hasn't got a big guy in there. That's his problem.
That's the biggest.
And look, was awful.
And look, I think the game here's what I'll agree with you guys on. I think the game plan I don't know why this wasn't a Luke game, because Ole Miss has one of the smallest front courts in the SEC. I mean, we have a bigger front court than Ole Miss. I don't know why.
You're contradicting yourself. I just said go small, and now you're saying you should.
No. I'm saying throughout the game. Why didn't Luke get? Mo was awful. 2 3-point plays.
I don't want McGee or Godwin in the game. I'm done with it.
I'd take Godwin over any of our bigs any day of the week.
This game, maybe.
No, any game.
Hey, he does some good things. He does a lot of screening that you don't realize. But hey, here's what I would say though about the Padula Godwin matchup. Let's just say it was tied. Say they made a 2 there and it was OU's ball. And Forsyth brings the ball up and they put D on him. And Forsyth pulls it in his face and just drains it. That'd be exactly what Forsyth wanted, would it not? He'd want a big guy.
I mean, Forsyth got fouled like that. Me and Jerm, he got fouled. That was a foul. That was a foul. So
no, but
I don't know.
It was a foul. Scenario. I'm saying the scenario. If he pulled it at the top of the key and he saw he had D on him, he'd be laughing. Say, "I'm just going to pull a 3 and he's going to back up."
Would you agree that that in their mind they laughed when they saw Godwin guarding Padula? I guarantee.
But it wasn't a bad. It was a tough shot.
He made it. Good defense.
It is what it is. I mean, it wasn't bad defense. You're acting like he had a mean crossover that separated 4 feet of space. That's not true. No, it wasn't.
Listen, I agree with you. Listen, I agree with you that it wasn't horrific defense from Godwin.
But they could have set a screen and he could have got the same look. It didn't matter. He could have got the same look against a non-big. Kobe Elvis is just as good defensively as Sam Godwin is.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
But listen, that's my argument.
You got to give him
the argument isn't the fact that Sam Godwin played bad defense. That's not what I'm saying. The argument is there is no way I'm letting a 3-pointer be shot.
I don't disagree.
I'm making him drive.
I don't disagree. I don't think that wasn't something that was not said in the huddle. I don't think that's something
bad
that
execution.
Okay,
well, maybe it is, but
we can blame it on that.
Them off the 3-point line.
So you give them an easy layup and they're at home in overtime. I mean, I don't see much of a different result.
Hey, Porter Moser, Stan, you're right. You're right on the bad luck though too. I mean, I saw
that's.
I don't know if you quote tweeted that the thing.
No, me and Greg are pretty close. So yeah.
That was all those videos were just heartbreak. It was a heartbreaking video.
And it's not like some of those, yes, we had some bad, switches, but a lot of those are just tough shots. I don't know. I'm not saying he needs to stay here. I think he needs to go just for the change of luck. I mean, honestly, but it's not, they did not, after that first 8-minute stretch, they did not play a bad basketball game.
No, they did. They got back in.
They're playing hard. They're playing hard. They did all this with Jalen.
But Jerm, that contradicts everything you said about the team quitting. They haven't quit.
Hey, if you listen to the Kentucky post game, I said I give it up to them that they're playing hard. They weren't about a week and a half ago. If they would have been playing this hard against some of the others, they would have. He's got him fighting, but it's still bad. It's still bad.
The fact of the matter, for them to be in this game with Jalen Moore playing the way he did was pretty remarkable. I mean,
like I said, Godwin is Okie Long guy. Godwin is not. He's not great, but who else are you going to put in? Like I said, it all goes back. You got $2.5 million NIL dollars. Who are you going to get a serviceable big for that kind of money?
You don't have one, but that's even not what I'm saying.
You don't have right. You don't have one.
Listen, guys, Jay, Porter Moser, Stan, OU's in the tourney if they win this in Missouri. Another game they had to win, and they make a dumb decision by the coach.
But that's just a tough shot. That is a tough shot.
I agree. It's a tough shot. I agree it is.
Then so we'll blame it on 50% tough shot and 50% bad luck. How about that? Or coaching decision. How about that?
Hey, I'll go to.
I'm not letting him shoot that.
Hey, Jerm, I'll say this, Jerm, and I've said this before this year. If Porter Moser doesn't make it next year, that's fine. They're going to fire him, whatever. I think Porter Moser can coach basketball. I do. I just think this has not worked out at OU, and it's frustrating because I think if they make the tournament any of these 4 years under Porter Moser, I think they can win it.
Here's the last thing I'll say. For the amount of money that he had to put together a roster, all considering they were picked 15th out of 16th in the SEC this year, I think he's done an okay job. I'm not, like I said,
I do think they're losing.
Jeremy, what? Okay. Otega Oweh hits a
leave yet,
circus
'cause I wanna
shot.
ask
He
you
hits a
something.
circus shot. He hits a circus shot. They win the game. Sean Padula hits a tough contested three. They win the game. How is that on Porter Moser?
Padula should not have been shooting a three. That's the first thing. Oweh should not even have been. You should have forced him. The scout should have said, and I'm sure they did, make him take a tough outside shot. Don't let him get the rack. But LSU game was a travesty of a loss.
I don't disagree.
A&M at home.
LSU and A&M. I don't disagree.
A&M on the road. Fears had 0 points.
Well,
like, it's not just these 2 games.
I'm with you.
To be fair, the A&M game, if you remember right down the stretch, less than a minute left, Phillips put Glenn Taylor on the floor. So
Glenn Taylor, like I said, that goes back to me. Glenn had played he had played sparingly all game. Defensively, he's been horrendous the last 3 games. So it's like Godwin had a decent game today. He played well, I think. So I just don't. I'm not going to fault him. That's like the timeout thing. We can, against Kentucky, we can say he didn't call a timeout. Well,
they called it today, and what did it do for him?
I'm not going to fault. I'm not going to fault him for Sean Padula made a contested shot. I mean, it is what it is.
I want to know why Jalen Moore wasn't in the game at the end.
He did something to his ankle.
I think that's what.
No, it was the side of his leg, but he kept coming in and going out. But one possession for the NCAA tournament, you can't play and get a stop.
You don't think he would have been in the game if he would have?
I don't know. He was just in 3 minutes earlier. Hey, I want to ask you this, Porter Moser Stan. What's your thoughts on Fears today?
I think he played well to start in the middle, 15, but
yeah,
he didn't play well. I mean, he just didn't. He was forcing. I don't know, man. He's going to be a draft. He's going to be a draft pick regardless. So it is what it is. But I don't think he didn't play well today overall.
Well, he's great.
He's great when he's right.
He's great. Here's the thing. I thought he would be a little bit better from the 3-point line this year. He hasn't really got it going.
He hasn't been bad, Jay.
Well, in high school, if you watch his high school tape, he wasn't bad beyond 3, but the separation was a lot different. Like you're getting 2 to 3 feet more of separation,
Yeah.
In high school, and then in college, it's a little bit different. Even the wide open ones, man. The shot, it's got to improve, and he didn't start the game well. So I mean, we've all seen the games he hadn't started the game well, and it's just gone downhill from there. So
great game by Forsyth. So that was good to see, man. Forsyth just.
Anyways, fellas, it was a tough game. I don't know. The bubble's been kind to them today, but I mean, I don't think they're going to get in at 5-13. They've got to figure out a way to win these last 2. I mean, if they want a shot, and then, I mean, even last year, if you look at the conference tournaments, it's like the committee had already made up their mind pre-conference tournament to kind of determine who was in. So they've got.
And bubbles not Missouri. If you beat Missouri and then beat Arkansas and A&M in the tournament, I don't know if you'll get in because of the past. Like you said, they don't take the tournament into play.
I think if they win 3 straight, let's just say they beat Missouri, they beat Texas, and they beat Georgia, whoever they play in that first round. I think they're in. But like you said, last year, if you look at the predeterminations, I mean, NC State was a bid stealer last year, and it was like they just kind of, we got a couple of bid stealers, we'll re-rank but everything else was pre-decided. So we'll see.
The problem though is the bubble's not very good. That's good for you, but you never know in these tournaments. Somebody could make a run, and it just
no, you're right. And even with, I mean, I would not feel safe even Lenardi saying, OU's last 4, but Lenardi hasn't been great the last few years if you look at his percentages. But even if they're in the last 4 buys, I wouldn't feel safe. So at this point, you're playing with house money. I don't think they'll get in like you guys do, but I don't know. I don't think they played bad. It's just. It's tough, man. It's these last.
Very tough. They should be 3 in a row. It's frustrating.
It's frustrating as an OU basketball fan to lose.
Well, and these last 4 years, man, I just, you guys know I'm a Porter homer, but I don't think, like I said, I don't think he's a bad coach. It hadn't worked here. It's time for some new luck. But I just, like I said, with everything surrounding it, facilities, NIL, you're gonna have to bring in the right guy to have success. So.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks. Hey, thanks for calling.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Jay, they should have 3 straight wins. They don't. And again, and by the way, Jeremiah Fears is not always lazy. He had times today where he had a couple of steals. He had a great reach around steal. He got back in transition once really well, but he goes through spurts where he's just kind of, In fact, I'm pretty sure Kobe Elvis from the sideline, you could hear it on the television call say, "Sprint back." That's not good. But listen, they played hard. No one's denying that. They played well at a lot of times. No one's denying that. Porter Moser did some good things. No one's denying that. All that being said, you cannot have Godwin in the game guarding Padula. Like, was it a tough shot? Yes, check. Could he have easily missed it? Yes, check. There's no way, zero chance, not a nilch, not a zilch, whatever you want to say. There's no way he's taking a three if I'm guarding him. If I'm the coach, I'm saying no chance. Do not allow a three-pointer to even be shot.
Well, the frustrating part is they've been playing better. And you go 5 games, last 5 games, Ole Miss, Kentucky, could have won both of those against good teams. You beat Mississippi State, a ranked win. Obviously, the Florida loss was bad, but they're a great team. And then you had the LSU game you should have won. It's just frustrating to be playing better, and they're not going to really get anything from it down the stretch because this conference is brutal, and you got to win these games. You got to win these games. You know what? Ole Miss did not have a great crowd there. They didn't.
No, and I get the conference thing, but Ole Miss is not as good as Arizona. They're not as good as Michigan. They're not as good as Louisville, in my opinion.
Different situation, Germ.
Win the game.
You can't
win the ball game. You come all the way back. You come all the way back. Dayton Forsyth, unbelievable. You get a lead. All you got to do is get one stop and make free throws, and you win. And you don't even put your team in best position. That's my only complaint. They didn't put themselves in the best position to get a stop.
Well, and I agree, and I agree with this too. And I don't think the D from Godwin was bad. It's the fact that, and I played basketball.
It wasn't, but he can't be doing that.
I played basketball. If you're a guard and you want to shoot the three and you get a big on you, all you're going to do is take a couple steps in. He's going to back up. You're going to get what you want. I don't care if Godwin was jumping at him. He knew what he wanted. That was his shot. That's what shot he wanted all along. That's the frustrating part about it.
He made a tougher shot on the baseline where he rainbowed over Sam Godwin. Like, it was a way harder shot than the one he shot. The one he shot was in rhythm. It was in rhythm right off the dribble.
Yeah, it's frustrating, man. Very frustrating loss. And I'm not sitting here saying, I'm not defending Porter Moser, so don't say I am. I think that was a horrible decision. I do think you're kind of strapped with what you got. Godwin is what Godwin is, period. And that's on Porter Moser. Not have a big part of it on him, part of it on NIL, whatever you want to say. But you can't be in that scenario. You're up two to win the game. You cannot allow a 3-point shot. Can't allow it to be shot. Period.
You can't allow a 3-ball to even be attempted.
Yeah. And Fears is going lottery pick, period.
He's going top 10. Yeah, he's going top 10.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to be a lottery pick.
It was just, to me, and then you got 6 seconds and you get beat down the floor. 6 seconds, let him inbounds it right there and foul him immediately. You have 6 seconds to try to tie the game.
Yep. Agreed.
Like, you can say what you want. You can. I'll defend Porter Moser for keeping them fighting. I will. I'll defend Porter Moser for a lot of things. The offense has been better as of late. I'll defend him for all that stuff. I will not defend him for his awful decision to have Sam Godwin in. They could have went all small. They could have went Miles, Fears, Goodine, Forsyth, and Elvis. They could have done that.
Yeah. I mean, I think Elvis should have been in the game last possession. I know you're very small, but I think that's probably what I would have done.
Can't allow a 3.
Can't do it, man. Can't do it.
I want to know what was said in the timeout circle.
I don't know, but I don't know how.
I want to know what you would have said right now. Tell me what you would have said in the timeout circle right now. Up 1, 20 seconds.
What's that? 20 seconds?
Timeout circle, up 1, 20 seconds. Tell me your speech.
My speech is, hey, we're up 2. We're not allowing a 3 at all. We're not fouling. Play tough defense. Get up on them. If they go around you, help.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I'm not allowing a shot. You can play help defense and make him make a 2 with a guy guarding you. Don't let him get basically a dribble 3 right where he wanted to. It was like a set 3 because he knew what he was going to get. That's the problem.
Yeah. NLI commish. This is how I talk all the time. I mean, I'm yelling because I'm passionate. Listen, Moore got hurt. He got hurt in the first half. He went over to a bike.
Yep.
He was riding a bike at one point, kept coming in for about a minute or two spurts. But if he could have gone at all, he should have been in at the end.
Well, apparently he couldn't have, Jerm. So, I mean.
Then I would have played Cole. I would have played Glenn. I'd have played someone else. I've got to hear what Moser says.
Hey,
I cannot believe another game where OU finds a way. It is horrible luck. I get it. It's horrible luck. This team cannot buy a break. They can't buy a break. They're probably so broke NIL they can't buy a break. But still, they can't buy a break. But this is it's beyond explanation, Jay.
And the sad thing is you just waste a great performance by Forsyth. Just a career night. Career
About
day.
time he played more than he has been.
Just unbelievable. I can't wait to watch him at Oklahoma over the next few years. Hopefully he's there because he's unbelievable. He's the guy they need, man. He's the guy consistency they need over the next few years. You can put it on him. I think he's just gonna get better and better. So
he was getting to the rack at will. So was Duke Miles. I mean,
yeah, they were. I mean, he was headsy with some of those plays too, drawing fouls. I thought he was good, and he got fouled on the last one. Call it what it is. He pump faked. He drove the line. The guy totally bodied him out of bounds. Period.
That's a horrible no call. It is a horrible no call.
Yeah.
I still don't understand though. I get Duke Miles. Duke Miles is absolutely driving well. I'm switching up. I'm getting the ball to Forsyth at top with no screen. I'm clearing out. No screen.
Well, I think that's what Okie Lawn guy, when he called in, said. Give it to Forsyth, top of the key, let him go to work. If he pulls a three,
don't screen.
Don't screen, let him go to work. Okie called for that. I think Okie, I would have been happy with that too. I would have too. Or you do that with Fears. Either one. But Forsyth was on a heater. I would have ran with him for sure. So.
Oh, man. I just can't believe they got Sam Godwin on Padula. I just cannot fathom that, Jason. That's coaching malpractice.
It's not malpractice. Give me a break. Stop with the malpractice stuff. I'm sorry. Stop. It's not malpractice. It's a bad decision, but it's not malpractice. Well, I think that's a rule. That is a rule.
It's a dumb. They should still allow that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. The no call was terrible. It was terrible. And they were flopping like dead fish the whole game over there, Ole Miss.
Oh, the one Miles just got before that, the guy flung around.
Oh, just unbelievable. OU was lucky to be in the game down the stretch because they missed a bunch of free throws. Ole Miss did. So, but anyway, man, Sooners lose again in a game they really needed to win. Frustrating. We'll talk more about it tonight on our live show every night at 9:30.
Maybe I'll be more calm by then, Jay.
Maybe. I know it's tough. It's emotional, man. I'm frustrated as well. It's tough when you think another game they should have won, had a chance to win, they didn't win, but somehow you got to flush it and move on. I keep saying that, but you got to win some close games. I was surprised they're 3-4 in close games. I thought they were worse than that.
A game that Jalen Moore was hurt and OU still finds a way to be in there with the lead with 20 seconds left. What's the opposite of OU magic? Because it's been that way.
It's not Sooner. It's not Sooner magic. It's Doomer magic.
Doomer magic. I don't know. But hey, check us out tonight on the 9:30 live show. We'll talk more about it. I'm going to listen to Porter Moser and his thoughts. But thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate it, guys. Hopefully this team can find a way to get two on the road. Get two more wins, one at home, one on the road, and get to the dance somehow. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys later tonight. Boomer.